Hi friends. So this might be more for the parents today, but if you are like me and you are the primary chef in the household and you just want a little more help, even if it's from little people, or you just want to give your children a life skill that is known as cooking, I just wanted to share something that was really helpful for us. One of those things is a kids cooking class that I thought was wonderful for us and for the kids, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And I want to share later on 3 tips, just 3 simple tips that really made a huge difference in having the kids want to help in the kitchen and actually able to help in the kitchen. So we'll talk about that. But if you guys have any other suggestions or comments of things that have really worked for you, I want to hear about them. So please comment and let me know. I want to hear from you because I love learning from other parents. I love learning from all these different things. I honestly don't know how I discovered it. It was probably because Facebook listens and knows everything that I've been searching for. But if you know us and have watched some videos, you know that we like eating and you know that we like cooking, and the kids really enjoy cooking. The last few years, you know, when you do the pre-back to school boards where it says, okay, what grade are you entering into? Who's your teacher? And what do you want to be when you grow up? My boys have both said a chef. And so over the summer, I thought, well, how can I teach them to cook more? Because they really had the interest, and it would be really helpful if they could do more and they could help me. And if I could help train them to do those things that they really enjoyed, plus it would help the family, why not, right? Time was the issue, but I tried to explore it. And up came this cooking camp. And it happened to be that they were offering a free summer cooking camp at that time. If you pay for it, you can actually keep it forever. You can do these classes. And they were really, really helpful. My boys loved it. They did come in with some knowledge of these things, and so they knew how to do things like crack eggs, and they knew how to cut things, and they knew how to mix, and they've read recipes before, but it just helped hone those skills a little more. And she had some really good cute sayings like up and over soldier for like how to cut a knife and or how to cut with a knife and hold your fingers up, or I remember where you don't want to hold your fingers flat like this when you cut because that's like saying pick me to get cut, right? So just a lot of cute things to remember and to help kids remember the right way and the right form and things so that you are safe when you are cutting and when you are cooking. And different ways to flip, you know, ways to remember is like the vacuum or the shovel, different ways to communicate to kids that are in their language instead of me trying to say it in adult-ish ways to explain it to a child. And so that was really helpful for us to do some of these classes together and have fun together. And we made like homemade tortillas and homemade pie crusts and all different kinds of things. And they have levels for really, really beginner toddler kids, which is how to measure and how to scoop and do these really basic things, and all the way up to cooking meals like fried rice or soups or different things. So it was really fun to do with them. So if you guys are interested, sorry, I never even mentioned what it was called. It's called Kids Cook Real Food. And the other thing that I am passionate about is teaching my kids skills for life. And I think cooking is a very important skill to have. And I would like them to go off to college. I know I still have some years before college, but I would like them to go off to college knowing how to cook, knowing how to read recipes, knowing how to not get hurt in the kitchen. So I think that would be a fabulous, fabulous thing that I could gift to them if I could teach them those skills and help them learn them, especially since they want to do it. And if you've heard the kids in the other videos, they love cooking, and Jonah has said, I want to cook 1 meal a week for the family, and that just warms my heart. Not only is it helping me because I am the primary cook, but that joy and that desire to give back to his family, I love it. I love it. So I can't say enough about it. And they actually have like a free knife skills class, and I'll put all these links in the commentary area, and so just look down below. But I think they have several things available. One is like a free knife skills class so that you can see what the format is like, how she teaches, and just take a sample class basically. And her name is Katie Kimball. I never mentioned that, did I? And she's also about eating real food, not the processed and fake food, right? It's not even this, air quotes, it's fake, it's processed. If you can't read the ingredients, right? And I steer away from that stuff as much as possible, but with the pandemic, I feel like it's been, okay, we'll just do what it takes to survive. Let's just eat stuff that's not that great for us, as long as we can eat and not get hangry and all that kind of stuff. And I know I've wanted to take more steps to prep and all of that. So this is also a good reminder, and all those things just hit home for me. I don't know if it does for you. If it does, I would highly recommend checking it out. It's totally worth it. And my kids really, really enjoyed it. I know I said it before, but they really had fun doing it. And I had fun doing it with them because I enjoy cooking and I enjoy seeing them enjoy it as well. So that is that. Again, I will put all the stuff below so that you can see if it's right for you. And there's all these sample things that you can do. There's like snacks, easy snacks that kids can make, because we don't want to get caught up doing all the snack stuff and the breakfast, lunch, and dinners, right? So where the kids can help, I want to build that in from the beginning, or as soon as possible. My kids are 5 and 7, so I want to build it as soon as possible. And they have that desire. I want to build that desire. We talk about the 3 practical tips now of what we do in our kitchen, and they may or may not work for you. Let me know if it does or doesn't. I would love to hear it. But we're going to go into the kitchen because I would like to show you what we actually did. So for practical tip number 1, this is something that I learned from like different parenting courses that I looked at and from the cooking camp, is bring it down. Bring it to the kids' level. The pots, the plates, the pans, whatever it is that they need to get stuff ready, it's down here. So it used to be up there. As you can see, the plates and bowls are up there. But if we put it down here, like the little plates and cups and things like that they'll be using, it's easier for them to get it, and they want to help. And for setting the table and all of that, now it's a lot easier to invite them to ask me to get a plate, or can you grab utensils? Can you grab your own water? Can you grab cups for everyone? Things like that. If we bring it down, but we do leave some of the ones up there too, like the regular plates and bowls, because the adults don't always want to bend down and grab them this low, but this really helps to get them to help with whatever it is that needs help in the kitchen. So something small, but huge in terms of helping out. The second one is having things that are their size so they can pour, they can mix, they can grab, things like that. So here's this little jar so they can pour stuff easier than like a jug of milk or water or whatever it is. A little spatula for their hand sized, and tongs that are smaller for them. I actually use these too, but they are easier to use than the bigger ones for them, and they don't get frustrated when they can't use it very well. So that's a good thing to take that away, that stress away. Tip number 3 is here. I know this might have a lot, but the main thing I want to point out is right here, the planning of the lunches and dinners for the week. So we do have a family meeting, or at least we try to, every Sunday afternoon, and we talk about our week of what's coming up, and then we plan what we're going to do for lunches and dinners. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to divert from that at all or not be flexible about it, but this is huge, where we ask them to pick what they want to eat for lunches and dinners based on what we have. So I don't know if you can see over here, but this is my running list of possible dinners based on what we have or that are easy to make on a weeknight. So that's also a nice thing for me to keep a mental tally of, okay, what do we have? And then when other people have the option to choose and select what we are going to eat for that week, it's easier for them to say, at least for lunch, say, oh, we're having pizza. And I put it also on the lower part of the refrigerator so that they can grab it and heat it up themselves, because if it's leftover pizza from Sunday night here, then they know where that is, they know what that container is, and they just take it out, stick it in the toaster oven. They know how to use the toaster oven safely because we've talked about it. So it's just easy. They say, oh, I have my, barbecue sandwich. Let me get out the bread. I know where the bread is. I know where the leftover barbecue is, things like that. So that one is a little hard. The quesadilla is something that they need help with. The AB&J is usually from Jeremy's homemade bread, so that needs to be taken out by the parents from the bread machine. So there are still things that the parents need to help with, but they absolutely can get things started on most of these things by themselves. We also have a bunch of veggies cut up, like bell peppers, carrots, celery, cucumbers, or things like that, of raw veggies that they can take out. It's in a container, they know where it is, it's on the bottom part of the refrigerator. They take it out and they eat that with some of the unhealthier things, right? Like the pizza, the burger, quesadilla, whatever it may be, they still have to have those veggies and fruit and things like that. So they know where all of that is. They can take it out, and if they're super hungry and they're waiting for something to heat up, they can eat the veggies. Enabling them to do those things, and when they elect into it, it's easier for them to say, oh yeah, that's what I picked that day, so let me go get that ready. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope that some of these really work for your family, and I hope to see you next time.